All right. Hello, Luis and Jaden. I love starting out my video telling you to be quiet. It's just great. So, I know it is. Are you ready? So, we are talking about something called a piecewise function. This is chapter 5, lesson 2. Jacob. Oh my gosh, people. They're not shout outs. All right. It's called a piecewise function. That means parts of a graph and there's going to be restrictions. Like I'm going to say, I only want the graph to be between 0 and 2. I want you to erase the rest of the line except between 0 and 2. So there's these restrictions are going to be rules that I have to use when I graph my line. So a piecewise defined function is a graph with sections that are increasing, decreasing, or they're constant. They stay the same. A piecewise function has different rules for different intervals. The intervals means sections. In different sections of the line, I might want you to erase some of it or to have it drawn. It just depends. So here's how this works. I'm going to write an equation, and I'm going to break this up into two parts, red, and then I'll just do black for the other one. This red line, the way it's headed, it looks like it would hit at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means that the red line has a y-intercept of 5. Because if my line kept going, wouldn't it hit at 5? Yeah. The slope, we're just going to say is 1 over 1. Here's my equation. 1x plus 5. That's my downhill. I'm sorry, that's my uphill. My downhill, if I kept, so I'm going to do black. If I kept going, this would be at 1, 2, 3. -3. But my slope, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, -1x. So, black and red, two parts of a graph. Now, red. I can only see my red between certain sections. I drew my boundary lines. My red is only between -1, -2, -3. My red line only goes uphill between -3 and -1. So I'm going to say that I can only see the line between -3 and -1. This is how I write it. I put a semicolon. Are you with me? Okay. Here's how you write between. -3 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to -1. This means between. It's between, my red line is only between -3 and -1. Does that make sense to you that I can only see my red line between my fingers? There's a restriction. It is a line, but it's cut off. And there's only a section that I can see. It's a piece of the graph. I can only see it between -3 and -1. How about black? What can I see it between? -5 and -3. Semicolon. -5 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to -3. Between -5 and -3. Okay. So this is a crash course. I just did one for you. Now, let's do a real quick. What is the domain and range? Refresher. These have arrows at the end. Can you please draw arrows at the end? So here it is. Domain means when I scan from left to right, where is my line? It's way over here, negative infinity. Negative, 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 0, 1, positive, 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 infinity, forever, forever. All real numbers. Negative infinity to positive infinity. All real numbers. Range, low. Remember, range is low to high. So start low. There's nothing down here in the negatives. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, it hits right there. What's that? The line. It's on this line. What line is that? Going low to high. Negative, negative, negative. And then I hit 0. It's going to be a bracket because it's included. 0, comma, up, 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 forever, positive, 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 infinity. Next to infinity is always a parentheses. Okay. I'm going to do 2 graphs with you. This is the part that you really need to pay attention to. So everybody needs to stop everything that they're doing and really pay attention. What's happening here is I'm given 2 equations. My top equation says y equals negative 1x minus 4. And it says x is less than 0. Do you guys remember that less than and greater than are an open circle when I do on like a number line? Okay, open circle. This is like way back last year. If it has a line underneath it, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, that's a closed circle. Can you write these on the margin? So right now, this says x is less than 0. That means it's open circle less than 0. That's my first equation. This means only draw the line less than 0. And this is going to be horizontal we're talking about. Okay. This is my restriction. X has to be less than 0. The line has to be less than 0. The line has to be in the negatives. I can't draw the line in the positive. The line has to be in the negatives. So, here we go. You need a pencil. Can you please not use pen right now? You really need a pencil. All right. Let's graph this line. Negative 1x minus 4. Negative 1 over 1 is my slope. Down 1, right 1. Negative 4 is my b. It's my y-intercept. All right, graph this line. Begin at negative 4. Make a dot. Then rise negative 1, run negative 1. Down 1 over 1. Okay. The reason that you need a pencil is because I'm gonna go backwards. Up 1, left 1, up 1, left 1. If this restriction says I only want to see the graph when it's less than 0, I'm going to look at this horizontally, my line here, and say, well, this is the positive 1, positive 2, positive 3. That's okay. But 0, I only want to see the line when it's less than 0. So I don't want to see any line over here because that's less than 0. I don't want to see, or x is less than 0. I only want to see the line when it's less than 0. Okay. What does this open circle mean? This open circle means that at 0, I need to make an open circle. At 0, you need to make an open circle. That would be here at -4. Make a big open circle. If I only want to draw the line less than 0, I don't want to see it in the positives. I'm going to erase all the points that were in the positive past 0. +1, +2. I don't want to see the line there. This is all I want to see. So I'm just drawing a piece. That's why it's called a piecewise function. I only want to see a piece of this graph, and I only want to see it when it's less than 0. Now I'm going to go down and do the bottom one. Y equals x. This is y equals 1x. Is there a y-intercept on this line? 1x. There's no plus anything or minus. It's nothing. I would just put a 0 there so that I know it's on the y. The 0, like the y-intercept is at 0. Okay. Graph this line. Y equals 1x plus 0. Begin at 0. Oh, closed circle. Look at this, greater than or equal to. Closed circle. And I want it to be greater than 0. That means I want it to be in the positive past, like +1, +2, +3. I can only draw my line in the positives. Begin at 0. Let's do it. Begin at 0. Rise 1, run 1. Rise 1, run 1. It's a +1. And I want it to be greater than 0. That means don't even go in the negatives. Don't even reverse it. This is all I want to see here. So I just drew portions of a graph. And I had to look at the restrictions. Where should I draw the line? Oh, only in the negatives, less than 0. I did. The line was going upwards, so open circle, because of this, less than. Greater than or equal to is going to be a closed circle, and I only wanted to see it greater than 0, positives. So I started at 0 and went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all over here. I'm going to do one more. 4A. This is like A, and this is B. Okay. 2 equations. F of x is the same as y. We know that. Y equals 1x plus 1. And the restriction, less than 2. Closed circle, because it's a less than or equal to. So just focus on the top line. 1x plus 1. Begin at 1. Y-intercept. Rise 1, run 1. Rise 1, run 1. And make... But I'm going to have to erase some of it. Keep that in mind. You're going to have to erase some of it. Okay. I only want to see the line when it's less than 2. Here's 1. Here's 2. And is it a closed circle? Okay, it's a closed circle. So I'm going to make a closed circle at 2 and only draw the line less than. That's the only part I want to see. Now, go to the bottom equation. -3 halves x plus 6. Begin at 6. Rise -3, down 3. Run 2. Right 2. Okay, begin at 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's an open circle, isn't it? Be careful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where do I put the open circle, though? I'm not going to put the open circle at 6. Where am I going to put an open circle at? X is greater than 2. So I need to put the open circle at 2 once I get there. Down 3 over 2. So start at 6. Go down 3. 1, 2, 3. And run 2. Oh, here's the 2 where I'm supposed to put the open circle. So I want you to put an open circle around the closed circle. I need both there. I want you to put an open circle around the closed circle. Keep going. I only want to see it greater than 2. So I'm going to go down 3 again, run 2. Down 3, run 2. I only want to see my line when it was greater than 2. So these are called piecewise functions. Okay, the question asks, what part of the domain, it's like, where is the line increasing? Uphill. Where does my line go uphill? I got 2 parts. I got an uphill and a downhill. My line goes uphill, all down here, uphill, 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 uphill. I know the arrow is pointing downhill, but you guys, if you look, where is there an upward line? Right here. So this is going to be negative infinity because it comes from all the way over here, negative infinity to 2. You scan horizontal. It's increasing between negative infinity and 2. I'm going to write negative infinity, comma, 2. And I'll put a bracket because it's a closed circle. It's a closed circle and an open circle too, so I'm kind of, it's hard. And where is the line decreasing, going downward? Between 2 and forever down, 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 down. This time I'll do a parentheses 2 and a positive infinity parentheses. One of them I did included bracket, excluded parentheses. The line was increasing all the way from negative infinity to here, 2. The line was decreasing from 2 all the way, went forever, positive infinity. Okay, I'm stopping at A because I know that this is hard. It's hard to understand. It's hard to know where to erase. The open circle, closed circle part, that's also hard. The only thing that you guys have for homework is right here. Turn the page. It's this number 1 right here. Number 1 actually has 3 parts. It's a matching. You need to look at these lines and say, where is the line drawn that it's less than 1? That means there's an open circle. Everybody watch me. There's an open circle at 1, and this line goes downward, negative 2. And then this line is positive 2x. That's upward. It's a closed circle at 1, and it's greater than. So it's past 1. Where's the line going to be past 1, bigger than 1? Okay, so this is the only job you have right now. So you need to really look. It takes time. Really look at these 3 choices, and you have to find the graph that matches it. You can't just draw lines and be like, oh, I'm done here. Because you really won't get it. So your first job will be to actually graph these lines. All of these y-intercepts are plus 0. All of these y-intercepts are 0. Negative 2x plus 0. 2x plus 0. 2x plus 0. Negative 2x plus 0. All of the y-intercepts are 0 because it didn't give me 1. Okay, I'm going to stop the video.